What the fuck happened?
I don't know. I am so confused right now. What's up? It's the Huff. Hi. How are you? Good. Got a lot to get to today. That soundbite could probably be used for every single story we got coming up today, because there was a lot of just weirdness. We got a lot of crazy headlines. We got a lot of things to react to from over the weekend and late in the week last week. Just a lot of stuff that could be deserving of this soundbite.
What the fuck happened?
I, again, don't know. Just a lot of nonsense. But you know what's smart and just level-headed is if you're subscribing to this show, wherever you're watching or listening, go ahead, take a second, hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget today's show is presented to you by Kirkwall Group. Go to kirkwallgroup.net for all your bookkeeping and tax service needs. Also, Game Time PDR, fantastic people. I just visited with them over, I think it was on Friday of last week. Also, Bet Online. In fact, Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, Bet Online provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. They got the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to Bet Online today, betonline.ag right now, to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. I think we just do it, guys. Do it. No, not that. Not that. I don't know you that well. Who knows? Get a couple drinks in me. Who knows what's going to happen? But I think what I'm talking about is let's just jump into some headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
Oh, my God. Did we not learn anything from Seinfeld? Did we not? What happens when a man's wiener gets cold? What happens?
It shrinks?
Yeah, it does. It does shrink, okay? Okay? When you get out of the pool, what happens? Oh, shit, it shrinks.
I was in the pool!
I know. Sorry. The reason I bring this up is because I saw like 3 different articles from 3 separate entities talking about this, which tells me that Gen Z and Gen Alpha are just figuring this shit out, which is ridiculous. But I guess they didn't grow up in the great era that had Seinfeld that just comedically explained a interesting scientific fact. This is the headline. Doctors warn winter penis symptoms as temperature drops. Oh my God. The temperature has seriously dropped this week, and with it comes the warning from doctors about the dreaded winter penis. Winter penis is the term used to describe the shrinking of the penis and testicles during freezing temperatures. It occurs when our blood flow focuses more on essential areas to maintain warmth, such as vital organs in the core. Not your dick. Your dick is not a vital organ, despite what you may believe. Apparently, your penis can shrink up to 50%. I didn't realize that. I ain't working with much. What the fuck? What the fuck, Jack Frost? Quit messing with my junk. It's funny because I feel like that. It's like, yeah, no shit, it shrinks. Do you not? Guys should all know this. Once you become like a teenager and you're constantly staring at it, you should understand, be like, it's really hot out and it looks a lot different. Versus when it's cold out, you're like, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Who's playing peekaboo? My little guy, that's who. There's my little wee-wee. There it is. Imagine doing that. And you're like staring in the mirror going, where's my little weenie? There's my little weenie. And then like somebody walks in, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And be like, oh! Then you do the it's winter penis. It's winter penis. I swear to God. And then somebody's gonna go, it shrinks, and you're gonna be like, it's my penis. Anytime it gets cold, it shrinks up to 50%. That's my Jerry Seinfeld for you. It's just funny because that's new. This is new to so many people now. But it also makes me wonder how many people out there, the Gen Zers, the Gen Alphas that are, really into, say, TikTok or whatever, which one of them is there's probably going to be more than one. Who's going to go out there and make a stupid video and over exaggerate like how much their penis is shrinking on camera? They're not going to show it. There's going to be one guy going, "Oh, it's hardly even shrinking. My dick's so big." Ooh, I just almost broke my audio board. Then somebody's going to be, how like YouTubers and shit like that, they're always over exaggerating everything. Be like, "Oh my God, whoa, 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 it's shrinking, it's shrinking. Oh, I can't even see it." Then they're gonna have a crowd of people chanting in the background.
It's shrinking! It's shrinking!
It is shrinking. They will totally do that. And then you're gonna see all these headlines on social media be like, penis shrinks. Winter penis is real. That's so funny. So dumb. So dumb. It's like all this like obvious shit is like brand new to Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Like, oh my God, did you guys know you have acid in your stomach? What? Yeah, that's true, motherfuckers. You guys are so taken aback, so in awe over basic shit. Your penis shrinks when it's cold. Oh my God. It's so weird. It is weird. Let's be honest. It is weird. But somebody's going to make a dumb video out of it. Did you guys know when you swallow, there's like this thing, they call it an Adam's apple, and it kind of moves around? What the fuck is that? Have you guys ever seen that before? Like, check it out. Gulp, gulp. Let's make a video that gets 5 million views. So dumb. So dumb. Employers tried to implement a pet leave to allow for puppy potty training, vet visits, and other pet essentials. They tried to pass this bill in New York, but it basically just fell flat. A survey conducted by pet wellness plan provider Wagmo found that 75% of employed pet owners missed at least one day of work within the last year to care for their pet, and 26% missed 6 or more days. Sick or injured pets also contributed to distraction at work, pet owners reported. I listen, I get it. As a pet owner myself, I have 2 dogs, I have a cat. I have the luxury of working from home, but prior to working from home, when both my wife and I worked in offices, and like if a dog was sick, I mean, that was just one of those things. You either were able to use a vacation day, use a sick day, depending on your boss, but then you would take them to work. But I don't think that that's that big of a deal. That just comes with the territory. I don't think there should be separate days off. I got my vacation leave, I got my sick leave, and then I got my pet leave. You shouldn't get extra days off because you own a pet. Not everybody owns a fucking pet. That's kind of jacked up. Just use one of your vacation days. Just use one of your sick days. It kind of reminds me of when working in restaurants, people that smoked would try to get extra breaks. Be like, well, I smoke. I need to take a break. You don't need to do shit. You smoke on your break. You don't get an extra break just because you want to suck on a cancer stick. Go deal with your oral fixation some other time, just not on company time. I remember there was this girl, I can't remember her name, and she started making a stink that she needed an extra break because she smoked. And you could see everybody around her. There was like 2 other smokers, and at the time, I smoked. And she said, "I need to go take my break." I was like, "Your break's not for, like, another hour." "Well, I need to go smoke." I was like, "No, you don't." "Yes, I do." I said, "I'll tell you what. You come in here tomorrow with a doctor's note that says, I need to have a smoke break. Then I'll give you the extra smoke break. If the doctor says that's what you need." "You suck, Scott." Ugh. Well, it's one of those things where you just got to deal with it. You don't get extra stuff because you do something different. No, everybody gets their breaks, and like this, everybody gets the same designated days off. You get vacation time, you get sick time. You don't get pet time off. If I don't have a pet, I mean, then I'm kind of getting screwed in a weird way. Just use your fucking vacation time. You tell me, I got a lot of people that run businesses, but I also have a lot of people that are just, heavy in the workforce, whatever they're doing. How would you feel about that? How would you feel as an employer trying to designate and deal with that shit to have an extra category of time off? Or how would you feel if your coworkers, like, you got a big fucking project due, and then she or he's like, "Oh, my dog, I just got a new dog. I got a new puppy. I need to potty train it for a week." Well, that's not my fucking problem. Now we're going to be behind. You just all of a sudden, spring this on us that you got, because that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be a planned thing. Those are going to be last minute days off. I think that just causes more problems in the workplace. So fuck that shit. That's coming from somebody with pets. I and it always pissed me off when somebody would call in sick, be like, "My dog won't stop sneezing." So, so that's not my problem. That did happen once. I don't need to bring up who it was, but I was like, "Come on, man!" Ended up having a string up its nose. I shouldn't laugh, but the poor dog, that would be kind of scary in a way. But then it's like, what are you going to do? You need to call in from work because of this? All right. All right. Just know everybody's going to judge you for that shit. In LA area, excuse me, Jesus Christ, I totally just butchered that. 4 LA area people have been arrested after they used a bear suit in an alleged insurance scam. That's kind of bizarre.
4 people in Los Angeles have been arrested for allegedly using this bear costume to fake insurance claims. They told insurers in January that a bear climbed into a $100,000 Rolls Royce, clawing up the seats and making a mess. The evidence? This blurry video of the bear climbing into the car. But something didn't add up. Investigators consulted a biologist from California's Department of Fish and Wildlife, who confirmed it was clearly a human in a bear suit. Authorities say the suspects filed 2 more claims with different insurance companies for different cars, using the same bear story, scamming the companies out of more than $140,000, before investigators executed a search warrant and found the bear costume in the suspect's home.
How stupid. How stupid. The fact that they got away with over 100,000 some odd dollars, that's kind of impressive, but stupid. Don't do that shit, guys. Just fucks everybody else that has a legitimate, insurance claim. When you watch the video, what little bit I can see of it, it's like that's not how a bear moves. It's totally a dude in a bear costume. Uh, you you can only imagine though when they're trying to explain this to the insurance company. They're like, there was a bear in there, and we're like,
What the fuck happened?
I was scared shitless. I was. I guess in a sense, kudos for you guys for trying. You get an A for creativity and an F for being dumb as shit. My goodness. God dang it, people. You always when you deal with insurance companies, they're already hesitant to believe you because so many people like uh, these people are scamming them. And then when a big scam like this gets national, if not international attention, then it just makes it worse for everybody else. Be like, ooh, gosh, we need to be tight on these things. That's why you have insurance companies declining, you know, claims because of dickheads like you that dress up in a fucking bear costume and be like, oh, it got into my $100,000 Rolls Royce. Jesus, fucking stupid. It's so dumb. God, we had that happen with our hail in what was it? Back in like May. And at first they didn't want to well, we had hail damage from last year, and it took us a while to because we got our roof replaced last year, and they were pushing back on it. Be like, what are you fucking talking about? And the insurance guy was just like, according to our records, there was no hail in your area. Be like, bullshit. And then my wife was sending like articles from like 9 News and whatever, plus videos that we took. We're like, what do you call this, dipshit? Then they finally, we're like, okay, fine. You got us. You got us. God, I hate that. Insurance companies. And then dickhead McGee's over here let's dress up like a bear and then scratch our car and see if we can get like and what's funny is like you look at the scratches, like if a bear got into your car, it would be fucking destroyed. Like they'd be biting at it, ripping at it. There's like scratches. From the pictures and videos I saw, it was scratches. Not like it was like surface scratches. It wasn't like deep into the material and shit like that. No, no. It's like no shit. No shit. Fucking dumb. Hey, but you know what's smart is if you're running a business and need help with the back of the house, you need someone with experience and is trustworthy. You need Kirkwall Group with over 30 years of experience. Richard and the Kirkwall Group understands that you and your business deserve someone who's efficient, timely, accurate, cost-effective, focused on your success, and is working to save you money. Kirkwall Group can help you with your bookkeeping, accounting management services like CFO, controller, accounting manager, projects and support, as well as tax planning and preparation like income, property tax, sales, and use tax. Still have no idea what use tax is, but what you do is you go to kirkwallgroup.net and you can set up a free 30-minute consultation with Richard and trust me, he loves numbers and he loves helping small businesses. It's really cool to see what he does and how he just lights up talking to people like you that might need the help. And it's a free 30-minute consultation. You can call them 833-547-5925. Again, that's 303 Kirkwall. Or like I said, just go to their website, kirkwallgroup.net. Kirkwall Group. We count what counts for you. Oh boy. Fucking bear costume. So dumb. You know, it's a great idea. Before we get into sports, I did want to bring this up. I didn't realize this until I think it was 9 News or Fox 31 wrote a story about it. Denver's minimum wage is going to go up 52 cents at the start of the year, January 1st. It's already it's already $18.29 an hour. I didn't realize it was so much. And it's going to jump up to $18.81 an hour. Listen, when you go, like somebody brought up, and forgive me, I know you listen and I forgot to write your name, but they're like, that why would anybody want to shop in Denver? It's so fucking expensive. And why is it so expensive? Well, it doesn't help. It's not the only reason, but it doesn't help that minimum wage is so high. So employee cost, labor cost is so high. So you got to make up those margins, and you got to increase your price in other ways. You got to make up those profits. So it's ridiculous. It's only going to get worse. And what's ironic about it is we're trying to help the employees by raising their wages, but what ends up happening is, in order to combat that along with other things, you're going to have to raise the price of your product, which means the customer is going to end up paying more, which will be some of those very employees that are making more money. So you might get paid almost $20 an hour, but something that used to cost, say, $7 an hour is now, say, 11, or excuse me, that used to cost, say, $7 is now like $11. You see what I'm saying? It's so it balances itself out. You could end up making $100 an hour, but guess what? That bean burrito from Taco Bell is now $20. Some shit like that, right? It doesn't make sense. We're doing it. We're fixing the wrong things. What should we be fixing? I don't fucking know. I'm not that smart. I just see the basics of it. I see the basics of the problem. And we're going to continue to raise minimum wage, but in order to deal with that, those very companies that have to pay more in labor are going to have to pay or charge more for their product. Pretty fucking basic when you think about it. But hey, whatever. I was surprised. What is it like? If you're making a minimum wage in Denver, working 40 hours a week, you're making just under 30,000 a year. That's insane to me. That's a decent amount for fucking minimum wage. What the fuck? It's crazy. I don't know. You guys tell me. Like I said, there's a lot of small business owners that, or just managers in general, that are out there. You tell me, like, especially if you're in Denver, what do you think about this? You have some different insight on it. It's been forever since I've been in the restaurant industry, but this just kind of blows me away that Denver is so expensive. This is just going to make it worse. And if anything, like if I had a business in downtown Denver, or just in Denver in general, it's going to make me, unless I'm just fucking crushing it. But even then, is that going to, like, to me, it make me want to look elsewhere to move my business, if that's even possible, depending on what it is and whatever. That's just crazy to me. But you know what we need to do now? Let's jump into some sports.
He's walked the hallowed grounds of Folsom Field, Coors Field, and Mile High Stadium.
He runs with the 50. He runs with the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes.
It's time for sports with DeHuff.
Well, the biggest sports story over the weekend was the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson on Friday night on Netflix. It was consumed by just nonsense. You had the constant buffering the closer you got to the main event. And I tell you what, I don't know how many times I had to back out and get back in. And it's just like, you would think that they would have been ready for it. But I guess they didn't really realize that there was going to be 60 million. That's what Netflix is reporting. 60 million viewers across the globe were watching Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. There was a lot of shit that went on, like the buffering. It was constantly buffering. At one point, they're showing behind the scenes, and all of a sudden you see Mike Tyson's bare ass. That was funny. And once it got to the fight, it was like, is Tyson unable to move, or is he constantly restricting himself from throwing a punch? Because there was a couple times when you watch it. Listen, there's some truth to these people saying that this is a fixed match. When you look at it, it's like he goes to like throw a signature like uppercut that was just fucking wide open, and then you can see him like cock it, ready to unload, and then he stops. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And at first I'm like, is he having trouble moving? Because it looks like he's hesitating. And there is a lot of moments where it looks like Tyson is just getting ready to do a move, and then he stops. So it's bizarre. Then there was also a moment, like, you're watching it, is like, why is he chewing on his gloves? Mike Tyson was chewing on his fucking gloves. I've never seen that before. Some people claim they have. I guess I haven't watched enough boxing to tell you, but I don't ever remember seeing that back in the day. He was chewing on his gloves. So weird. Post-fight, they even asked him about it.
The broadcast team was debating what you were doing with your glove. Was it a mouthpiece issue, or were you just biting on your glove? What was that? Could you tell us?
Oh, I have a habit of biting my gloves when I fight, yes.
Why do you do that?
I have a biting fixation.
I've heard about that. I don't want to know more.
Yeah, so I've never heard of that. I think it's more funny that he said that because of the whole Evander Holyfield situation. But when you go back and watch that fight, even if it's just like a round or two, you gotta admit, it looks fucking fishy as hell. And to be honest, if you asked all those 60 million viewers across the globe how they feel, I'm almost wondering if the majority would say something like this.
I feel dirty. You feel dirty?
Yeah, I feel dirty. I mean, you watch it and it's like, what are we watching? It was almost like just a sparring match. Just like kind of fucking, hey, let's go fuck around. Let's go put on some gloves and yeah, see what happens. How can Jake Paul feel good about that? And I don't think he does. I think there's more light being shed on this, that it's just a money grab. What did Jake Paul make? Like 30 million. Tyson made 20 million. Allegedly, there was things in the contract that said Tyson wasn't allowed to uppercut, and he was also going to be fined significantly on his purse if he knocked him out and if he didn't make it past, say, the first or second round, something like that. So there's more incentive for it to go longer. I just, especially near the end, you're just like, what is this? Now, that being said, if I'm Jake Paul and we're not going to full on fight, this is what a great moment for him. If he truly is a boxing fan and appreciates what Mike Tyson did in the ring, I mean, what a cool moment. And he just got paid $30 million to do it. It's just, we all got scammed. Totally got scammed on that shit. And we all knew it was a big possibility to get scammed. And so many of us, 60 million of us, watched it anyway. The best thing that came out of this boxing match is a lady named Sydney Thomas. She stole the show. Oh my God.
And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Woo! It wasn't just her, but she's the one taking the, all the praise because she's got big boobies and everybody could see them. And she's just like right there. She's a beautiful blonde woman who's well endowed. And there were some other ladies there too that, like, for whatever reason, not everybody jumped on that, but Yeah, good for her. She's going to be, as far as I know, she's just a miscellaneous model. May have done some B-roll movies. I don't know for sure, but good for her. She's going to capitalize it. She's the next Hawk Tuohy girl, right? I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden, like, somebody's going to sign her to a contract to do a podcast or some shit. What are we going to talk about? How hot I am? It's just, she's very, very attractive. Very attractive. Thankfully, I'm married. Otherwise, I'd have to be, get a stick to, push her away. Be like, leave me alone. Come on. I'm more about, the sophistication of a woman. Sure, you're attractive. Sure. But since I got this ring on, she's not going to bother me, okay? She's not. I don't think she'd bother me in general, period. She'd be like, ew, gross, ew, yeah. Ew, gross, ew. Sorry.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. God, I was trying to say something funny and I fucked it up. Big surprise. Big freaking surprise.
Right, as always.
Fuck you, Ken. God, you're such a dick. You just came at me and then you just like kicked me in the dick.
I didn't do fucking shit.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. Anyway, good for her. I imagine she's going to blow up because she already has a little bit, but that was just on Friday night. And she, like, her Instagram, I'm sure her other accounts have just blown up. So I would imagine, like, you're going to see more and more of her. And she's got to ride the wave. Just like I said in regards to the Hawk Tuohy girl, you gotta ride the wave because you just don't know if that wave's going to come back. So, right. Like, if all of a sudden somebody came to me, like I'm standing somewhere and people are like, God, that man is sexy. And like, it just goes viral that people are like, that Scott Duff, he is one piece of ass that I just can't wait to chew on. Right? I'm sure that could happen, right? If it happened to you, same thing. I would say the same thing. You got to ride the wave. If all of a sudden they're like, Scott, we'd love you to do this, and this. And I'm like, why is that? Because you're the hot piece of ass right now. You got to run with it. You have to. As silly as it is, but that's just the way shit works now. It is. And you're going to see Sydney Thomas everywhere. People are going to write articles about her. She's going to make appearances on TV shows. She's going to be on news agencies. I'm sure people are going to interview her on their podcast, especially if it's video format. So if you got video format for your podcast, which you honestly should be doing, it's going to draw in extra viewers because guys are perverts. They are. And she's real, guys. She's real. She's not AI, although it looks like she's fucking AI. She's quite impressive. I've heard she has a wonderful personality. The Broncos just hammered the Falcons 38-6. It was insane. Bo Nix had his best game as a pro. Bo Nix was 28 for 33. That's really fucking good in itself. 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had a 145 passer rating. That's huge, guys. That's huge. And it makes you wonder, it makes you throw out the question, while the season is not over, would you look at him now, where we sit right now in the season? Is Bo Nix the best QB in the 2024 NFL draft class? It looks like it. Where he's at now, you look at all the other rookie quarterbacks at this point in the season, who would you want to be slinging the rock for you? As of right now, it's Bo Nix. That doesn't mean it. It's all how you finish, guys. He started off rough. He's doing much better. He's progressing every single game. But that doesn't mean that all of a sudden Jaden Daniels can't just blow past him. So, I mean, it's really neat to see Broncos country be so hesitant with Bo Nix and seeing so many people that were hesitant on Bo Nix that they've changed their tune. It's kind of like the CU Buffs and Deion Sanders. They're, ranked 16th now? They have somewhat of I say somewhat, they should be able to win their next 3 games, I believe it is. And, right, they're really fucking good. But coming into the season, people were predicting that they were going to be hot garbage. But Deion Sanders stuck to his guns and stuck to the way he does things, and he's shutting people up. So it's really neat to see. Going back to the Broncos in the Falcons game, some people were bagging on my pregame preview presented by Kirkwall Group, saying that the Atlanta defense wasn't as bad as I made it seem. They're like, "Oh no, you're saying that they're trash essentially, but you're trash." Whatever. No, I think, and that's also something you got to look at is the Atlanta defense the reason why Bo Nix played so well. That's a possibility. We'll see what happens next game. But just enjoy the win. Bo Nix played great. There were some throws where you're just like, holy shit, that was money. That was money. I don't recall a bad throw in that game from Bo Nix. That's good. Do it again. That's all I can say when it comes to football. You can have a great game. Do it again. And after that, do it again. That's I think all that any fan base wants is consistency, and consistency in a good way. So good for the Denver Broncos. They're making some noise. They're pissing some people off because they're doing well. They're shutting up a lot of the haters. Same thing with Deion Sanders after their big win over Utah. That's a good thing, to shut people up, make them choke on their own words. I like it. I like it. The other things I like is Game Time PDR. I was over there on Friday afternoon, and just what a great crew that they got going on over there, and just how much pride they take in on repairing people's vehicles from, hail damage and stuff like that. It's really cool. So you need to check them out. A lot of people got affected by those crazy hailstorms back in May. If you're one of those, who are waiting till the end of hail season, or maybe you're just a procrastinator. I get it. You're waiting to get those things fixed for one reason or another. And if you've lived in Denver for the past 5 years, the freaking hailstorms come out of nowhere and it just screws you up. But if you're trying to find a good, reliable, trustworthy repair shop, it's hard to find the right one. That's where you go to Game Time PDR, and boom, there you go. You found your Denver trustworthy shop. They specialize in paintless dent repair, which saves the integrity of your vehicle and restores the value back into your vehicle. To celebrate the end of hail season and those procrastinators out there, they're offering a $200 gift card just to get your vehicle fixed. Game Time PDR has an expert claims specialist on staff to take the hassle out of dealing with insurance claims and makes it a seamless process. Game Time PDR will pay your deductible up to $1,000, but they need to see your vehicle in order to qualify. They're able to pay your deductible because they work and advocate for the customers first before the insurance company. Game Time PDR's expertise and experience are unmatched. They have over 30 years of experience in the industry, and they have some of the best technicians on the planet. They do. Call Anthony right now, 303-955-8200. Again, 303-955-8200, and you can schedule an evaluation. It's Game Time PDR, the MVP in dent repair. What we need to do now? Uh-oh, you know you're ready for it. Let's jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
Matt OFP sent me this. Is disturbing. So disturbing. He said, bro, they don't clean their tanning beds? Gross. This is the story. Planet Fitness. A man was found dead in a tanning bed at Planet Fitness in Indianapolis 3 days after he walked into the gym. A woman who was at Planet Fitness on Monday morning told 13 News in Indianapolis that she and other members noticed a foul smell in the building that got worse near the tanning rooms. Who's working in the tanning rooms? Who's managing that place, period? How do you not notice, one, the stench, and then two, apparently they don't clean the fucking tanning beds unless one of the employees did it. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, my God. Oh, that's sad. It's sad. Apparently, the individual who passed away had a history with drugs, and if I read correctly, they said that they did find some evidence of drug use near the body, allegedly. Everything's alleged. But it still doesn't hide the fact that they didn't notice it for 3 fucking days. How do you not do that? And the fact that customers basically brought it to their attention tells me that they have a bunch of shitty employees. I've never worked at a gym. I know a couple people that have, but those people are always telling me about how busy they are, wiping everything down and doing checklists and stuff like that. So I'm just curious, is Planet Fitness not as organized with that stuff? Maybe it's an isolated incident. Maybe it's just this location that had shitty employees. Because that's going to ripple effect to other Planet Fitnesses and other workout facilities, making people wonder, like, how clean are these beds that you're getting into? That's disgusting. I've never been one that understood let's go to a tanning bed and work on my base tan or whatever. I guess if you go on vacation to, say, Hawaii or, Mexico or something like that, you're going to want to have a tan going in there so you're less likely to get fried, which usually happens to me. Whenever I go near a beach, I always end up burnt as a motherfucker. Still love going to the beach, though. Still love it. Oh, it's been way too long since I've been to a beach. Oh, I would kill to be in there. Sorry. It's just gross. It's just gross. And it does open your eyes to, we tend to be oblivious to places like that. When you go in there, you just assume that people are doing their jobs, and clearly they're not. The guy was dead for 3 days in a tanning bed, and nobody fucking noticed. That's disturbing. And it's just bad publicity for Planet Fitness. Which there's one kind of near my house. I was thinking about going in there. Be like, what's the insurance policy in case I fall asleep in a tanning bed? How soon are you going to contact my family? Like 3-4 days after I die? Is that what it is? Just asking. Thanks for sending that in, Matt. JR Bay Area 10 said, will the Broncos, A, learn how to block the opponent on a field goal attempt, and or B, make the playoffs? Well, you sent me this on Friday, I believe, JR, or Thursday of last week. They did much better at blocking protecting the field goal unit against the Falcons. So that's good. But you said, or B, make the playoffs. I want to say the Broncos make the playoffs. I'm just not sold on them making the playoffs yet. If they make the playoffs, that's fantastic. I mean, that's going to give so many so many in Broncos country, just pure excitement running through their veins.
You have a massive erection.
Yes, I do. The Broncos are going to make the playoffs. Right? That's what's going to happen. Broncos country is going to be walking around fully erect. I don't know if they make the playoffs. If obviously JR, they learned from their embarrassing mistake of not blocking properly in order to beat the Chiefs. They would have handed the Chiefs their first loss, but instead, the Bills ended up doing it. So thankfully that ended up happening. But man, I don't know if I would. You could probably get some really good odds in your favor for the Broncos to make the playoffs right now, but I'm not sure that they make it. I'm not sure. I hope they do. We'll see. The Garbage Man said, given the historical performance at altitude, do you believe that Denver teams have an unfair advantage in sports? And should they be compensatory measures like acclimation periods for visiting teams? How would you propose balancing this while maintaining the home field? Obviously, there is an advantage. And with football, you have more of the flexibility to come out prior as a team so they can get acclimated to the altitude. But when it's basketball or hockey or baseball, where there's so many more games and you have games back to back to back, whatever, it's harder for them to do that. I would sit there and go, well, no, it is what it is. Why start dealing with that shit now? If it's that big of a fucking problem, it's only a problem when our teams win. When the Colorado teams win, that's when people pull a hissy fit about it. But when the Denver or the Colorado teams, aren't doing that well, nobody gives a shit. It's only a problem if I'm losing, type of thing. So, no, I say fuck that shit. You can, if you're able to come out a day or two prior to the big game, do it. Get a facility somewhere and practice. Try to get used to the altitude. Otherwise, no, fuck off. And I know that's not going to happen all the time, but it is what it is. So I think that the only time people complain about it is when they lose. The majority of the time, that's the way it is. So it's just like, oh, well, then start winning. Try harder. I'm sure there's other places out there where you could complain about something similar. I don't think that's the biggest advantage in sports. I wouldn't even. Well, that's a good question. What is? Maybe it is, and I'm not thinking correctly. Let me know. DeHuff Podcast at gmail.com or at DeHuff Podcast. What city has the biggest advantage in sports? Maybe it is Colorado. Colorado teams because of the altitude. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to think about. Huh. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, is there anything else? Fuck if I know. Fuck it. You guys know I'm not smart.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
Well, that was just hurtful, and I can't believe you said it. My God. My God. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me?
I didn't do fucking shit.
Oh, here we go. You're being a prick.
Why you fucking hide on?
Okay, you win, okay? Jesus. Jeez. My goodness. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for supporting the show. Don't try to scam the insurance company by wearing a bear costume. That's just dumb. Kind of funny, but dumb. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching. Give it a nice review if you could, please. Big thanks to Kirkwall Group. Support them. Let them know that you support small businesses. Check them out at kirkwallgroup.net and see all the great things that Richard and the Kirkwall Group can do for you and your small company. It's pretty cool. Also, big thanks to Game Time PDR. Go check them out. Got to call Anthony. Anthony's a fun dude to talk to. 303-955-8200. Talk about high energy. Holy shit. I'm like, whoa, this guy's fun. This guy's fun. Again, 303-955-8200. Also, check out Bet Online. Go to betonline.ag. It's DeHuff Uncensored. You guys are fantastic. Have a wonderful day. If you want to join the show, go ahead and do it. DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on my socials at DeHuff Podcast. It's DeHuff Uncensored. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.